I just recently got back from Philly where I had the most incredible experience of seeing Taylor Swift in the Eras Tour. I know, I still can hardly believe it myself, and I thought that I would unpack my Eras Tour bag with you and show you what I brought with me to the concert, so that you can see what we are allowed to bring into the stadium, what I found useful to bring, what was maybe not so useful to bring, and a few things that I didn't bring with me to the concert, but I brought back home with me, and those were probably my favorites, so watch to the end if you want to see what those were. I hope it'll help you plan out what to pack in your own tour bag, whether it's for the Eras Tour or just another stadium concert. So, let's go. By the way, I'm Bekah, and welcome back to my channel where I share bite-sized reviews, recipes, and recommendations to help make healthy living a little bit easier. And I've been loving sharing more Taylor Swift content lately, so let me know if you're interested in more of that as well. I'll start off with the bag itself. As you may know, most stadiums, if not all stadiums, don't allow normal bags inside. So just check the rules of your own stadium and make sure that you get a bag that's appropriate. For us, it had to be see-through and clear and under a particular size. So my sister got these for me and a couple of friends who also went with us to the concert, and it worked really great. I'll link it below in case you're interested. The quality of this is really nice. It has two compartments, the main big pocket and then a smaller pocket inside, which is really useful. And I really like how the strap is very easily adjustable, so you can make it any size you want. Our stadium also allowed you to bring a very small, like wallet-sized purse. For us, it had to be smaller than the size of your hand. So I brought this one. It's actually my mom's, but she very kindly let me borrow. And I just kept my ID, some cards, and a bit of cash in here just in case. So these are some items I brought that I would definitely recommend. Oh, but I'll start with this one. So this isn't necessary, but I just had to bring it. This is the ticket that my sister gave me as a surprise for my birthday to show that we were going to the Eras Tour. Pretty much one of the best birthday gifts ever. So she had it folded up in this super cute little bag. Oh, I have the bag, 1 second. So she had it folded up in here, and the bag itself is already really cute, but then I opened it up and I took this out. And then when I saw this and realized what it was, I just started crying because it's Taylor Swift. So I didn't bring this with me because I needed it to get into the stadium because of course she had the tickets on her phone. But I just thought it would be really cute for some photos and videos. I love how she made it such an official looking ticket with the Eras Tour logo and the opening acts, the date, and the stadium we were at. And this is the exact seat I sat in for the concert, so very special. So anyways, just had to bring this and I will definitely be treasuring it forever. So thank you, Katie. Love you so much. One thing I would definitely recommend bringing is a portable phone charger, and make sure it's fully charged, so maybe the night before, charge it overnight so that it's ready to go for the concert. Earplugs are also super useful to have. My sister got these slightly fancier earplugs for us, which worked very well. They come in this super cute little case, and I really like how they have this strap that you can just hang around your neck. So stylish, I know. But it just makes them really readily available, so you can just have them hanging when you don't want to use them, and then you can just stick them in your ears when you do. I used them during particularly loud portions of the concert, and I was glad I did. I brought a couple of extra masks just because we're still being pretty careful in our household. I didn't see many other people wearing masks at all, but I was going home the next day and then taking my mom to cataract surgery the day after that, and so I just wanted to be extra careful. I wore a mask when we were out and about on public transport and then getting through the stadium, but when we are settled in our seats at the top of the stands, I didn't use a mask during the concert itself. Yes, I did bring a pen just for the song Blank Space, and if you know it, then I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If you're looking for a super easy prop to bring with you to the concert to get involved in the song, then I would say this one's a great one to bring, and I think it's quite effective as well, so. One thing I did pack in my bag that didn't make it back home with me is snacks. So our stadium allowed you to bring food if it was wrapped up in plastic. So I unwrapped a few granola type bars and put them in a small Ziploc bag. And I wasn't sure if that would quite follow the stadium regulations because it wasn't like wrapped in cling film or anything like that. It was in a Ziploc bag. But when we went into the stadium, I actually was pulled aside to have my bag searched. So someone did go through all of my things to make sure it was all fitting stadium regulations, and it was, so we're all good. Here are a few things I brought to the concert, but I didn't end up using. ponchos. So it was a pretty rainy day in Philly the day that we were going to the concert, so we brought some ponchos just to be safe. Fortunately, we didn't need to use them because the weather cleared up beautifully just in time for the concert, and we actually had the most spectacular sunset, which was amazing. So didn't need them, but it was good to have them just in case. A phone stand. So I packed this with me but didn't end up using it. This is a pop socket phone stand. So if your phone has one of those pop sockets, then you can just seat it on here and then use it as a stand to, you know, sit on a surface, or you can twist these legs around and wrap them onto something. It's really quite useful and it's very light, very portable. So I just figured I would bring it just in case we wanted to get a group shot or something like that and couldn't really find someone else to take it for us. There were loads of Taylor Swift fans around who were more than happy to help us with taking photos, so it didn't become a problem at all, but I'm not mad that I brought it. A Ziploc bag. So our stadium allowed you to bring a gallon-sized clear Ziploc bag, so I brought one just because we could. I didn't really have an idea in mind of what I would use it for. I still don't really. Maybe if it had been raining and things got wet or something, I could have used it to hold wet stuff or something like that. If you have a good idea of what you would use this for in a stadium tour concert environment, then let me know. I basically just brought it because we were allowed to bring it and I figured it wouldn't take up a lot of space, so might as well just in case. Okay, these last few items in the bag I did not bring with me to the concert, but I got them there and they're probably my favorites. We got these Capital One TaylorSwift.com wristbands that light up when we got into the stadium. Everyone got one and it was so clever how they used these. So from our seats, especially at the very top of the stands, we had an amazing view of the whole stadium, and it was so cool to see all of the different colors during different songs, the different patterns and designs that they used during the whole concert. It was a show in and of itself. And this light actually lasted for maybe 3 or 4 days after the concert. I was really impressed with the battery life. So yeah, we'll definitely be holding on to this one. The last things in this bag are definitely the cutest. Friendship bracelets! If you're a Taylor Swift fan, I'm sure you know the song that mentions friendship bracelets. It's one of my all-time favorite Taylor Swift songs. That bridge though. And I just love how people took the time to make so many of these and were giving them out so generously to anyone they met when they were at the concert. So on our way to the concert and at the stadium, I picked up these. I got this classic The Eras Tour bracelet, beautiful, with all the different era colors. I got mirror ball because I was dressed up as a mirror ball, and I got this folklore bracelet, which is super cute because I was in my folklore era. I just love these. It was so much fun to meet the people who were giving these out, and I just think it's the sweetest thing. So the Taylor Swift fan community is just so beautiful. Thanks so much for these, guys. And that's what I packed in my Eras Tour bag. Let me know what you would pack in your own tour bag, whether it's for the Eras Tour or another stadium concert. I would love to hear about things that you find particularly useful to bring to these kinds of events. I really hope that was useful. If you're interested in more videos from me, then I hope that you'll subscribe to the channel and let me know what kinds of videos you want to see in the future as well. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!